Yeah, I want to know what they put in the water in Richland and in Mount Si, because they have it's not just this one game. It's the history of both schools are so tall. And there's just, man.
Well, you know, some people say down at Richland the people glow because of the power plant, but confirm we don't glow.
And it'll be Westerfield jumping off against Alujic instead of Heidi. And Alujic will tip it back to Turley. Now get it over to Trevor Hennig. Blake Forrest circles around. Goes to Alujic, drives baseline. Alujic off the glass is good. Back up the floor. Here comes Richland. They'll kick it over to Westerfield. To Vopoleski. Finding Woodard. Works on Forrest. Northrop pull up for two. No good, but Heidi will foul him, and he'll go to the line shooting two. First play of the game for Richland, and Heidi picks up a foul. And Landon Northrop to the line for two. No good on the front end, hits the front of the rim. One more shot coming. Makes the back end. It's 2-1 Mount Si. Blake Forrest up the floor. Goes to Alujic. Down low to Heidi. Turnaround is good for Miles Heidi.
Great, a nice easy basket there by Heidi, and great find by Alujic.
Woodard gets the ball up top. Good find, and Forrest got caught up in the air, swinging on it, and Northrop going right back to the line. So down the floor twice, fouled twice, going back to the free throw line. Short on the front end. Blake Forrest went up, got caught up in the air, was going for that block. Missed them both. Heidi pulls in the board. 1 of 3 from the line. All into the front court to Turley. Steps out of bounds was Hennig.
It would be nice if the Bombers can use Northrop as another offensive threat, taking some of that load off of Josh Woodard and Luke Westerfield and spreading out the floor.
Forrest gets the hand in there. Pass over. Nice find, and finds Alujic for two. Oh, that was Trevor Hennig. It was Alujic for two. No, that was Hennig, number 4, not 14. Here is Forbes trying to pass inside. That'll get away from him. And turnover to Mount Si. And that's something you got to watch out for. Blake Forrest, he will swipe at a lot of balls. He's got quick, active hands. He looks for the steal more often than not when he's playing defense. Almost lost it there. Now drives inside. Too quick of a pass. Couldn't find it. Was Turley. Alujic for 3. No good. Heidi gets the board. Back to Hennig. And Hennig got fouled. First foul of the game against Richland. Will go against Vopolinski. And up and checking in is Jordan Valencia Alvarado. Northrop takes a seat. Forrest, everybody cleared out, finds Turley. And when you got that many trees, that's an easy find.
Yeah, you saw the Bombers just crash on Forrest, and then he wide open cutting.
Woodard for 3, no good. Ball tapped out, stays with the Bombers. Running it down was Forbes. Pull up for 3, no good. That shot coming from Vopolinski. Alujic gets it over to Hennig, to Forrest. Gets the screen, throws one back to Heidi, and there's the lob and the dunk. Miles Heidi
That's just fun to watch right there.
Those two matching up. That lob inside. It's 10-1 Mount Si on top of Richland. Woodard. And he steps on the sideline, and that is this Tacoma Dome floor. There's that blue line, and there's a thin white line right in front of it. If you're not paying attention, it's easy to step on that inline, and there's a timeout called by Richland. It's a 30-second. We'll keep it here.
Yeah, this start of this first quarter, Mount Si is just dominating Richland. It doesn't really seem like Richland can do anything on the defensive end to stop them, and on the offensive end, not getting very many opportunities, and the opportunities they have gotten, they haven't been able to convert.
It's been one shot and then a rebound by Mount Si. They had the second chance shot there on that last possession, but weren't able to get anything off. Checking into the game now for Richland is Brock Streufert. The Bombers make some changes early. Lake Forest to Alujic, out to Heidi. And if you're not paying attention, Miles Heidi will pop a three on you as Forrest takes a shot, no good. Alujic taps it over to Turley, then back over to Forrest. Forrest works on Woodard, bounce pass inside to Heidi, and he'll lose it, trying to collect and go up.
Saw Westerfield there kind of just go away from his spot, got lucky that Heidi wasn't able to hold on to that ball, or he would have had an easy 2 points.
It's one of those that, with the big fellas, you can't really throw it at their feet, and that's what they did to Heidi. You threw it too low. It's hard to get almost 7 feet down that low. Westerfield now, turnaround hook in the lane, no good. Heidi with the rebound. Forrest calls the play. Picked up by Valencia Alvarado. Back to Hennig. He'll back out. Alujic inside. Finds Turley. Turley no good. Valencia Alvarado with the rebound. Goes to Woodard. He'll back out. Gets it right back from Vopolinski. Woodard. Pass over, three straight away, no good. Heidi will slap it away from Westerfield. Now Forrest will bring it up the floor. 3:20 to go in the first quarter. 10-1, Mount Si with the lead on Richland, and Alujic. Too big inside. Bennett, he's got 4 points. Nobody going to close out, and taking the three was Valencia Alvarado. Jump ball. Possession stays with Richland.
Mount Si just seems almost impossible right now to stop on the offensive end, and they're continuing it on the defensive end. We'll see what Coach Schorf and the Bombers can do to get some points on the board.
Jack Forbes checks back in for Richland as they take that jumper. No good. Ball gets away from Hennig, but it's slapped out of bounds by Vopolinski. Also checking in for Mount Si was Jake Banofsky. Banofsky, a 6-foot sophomore. They wipe the ball down. Alujic gets it into Hennig. And Forrest works it up the floor. Goes over to Forrest to the corner. Banofsky, three is no good. Alujic came down hard. I think that's going to be called on Valencia Alvarado, and it will be. That'll be his first. Ball back to Forrest. Looking to drive, kick over Alujic for three, and he hits it. Bennett Alujic.
Just great ball movement there by the Wildcats, able to find a shot, and Alujic with a hand in his face just buried it.
Richland still looking for their first field goal. Valencia Alvarado got blocked, and then getting blocked was Woodard. Hennig finds Alujic, and Alujic puts it off the glass and good. And Mount Si with a big lead, 17-1. Woodard had an open chance. Deep three coming. Valencia Alvarado going back to the line after he got fouled by Banovsky.
Bombers now are getting some opportunities and haven't made a shot from the field yet.
Had some open chances, just haven't been able to find the range so far. Westerfield and Northrop will check back in as Valencia Alvarado hits the front end of his two-shot free throws. Second shot up, no good. Alujic with the rebound. Toss it over to Blake Forrest. To Hennig. Trevor Hennig. Gets it to Alujic. Back to Hennig. 10 seconds on the shot clock, and that'll go off the foot. No, they'll say it went off of Northrop. And it looked like it went off the foot of Hennig driving. The officials have a better view than we do. That angle is a little bit better. Bounce pass into Forrest. And Valencia Alvarado, a little bit too much. Hockey checks Trevor Hennig. He picks up his second foul. And Woodard will check back in. That's Josh Woodard.
First time the Mount Si's really looked like they could get stopped, and they had an opportunity to stop them, but they don't.
Mount Si misses the shot but keeps it alive, and there's Turley with a two. Northrop with a jumper and gets the first field goal of the game for Richland. Might be what the Bombers need to get moving on offense. Down by 15. Less than a minute to go in the first quarter. Hennig to Alujic. Alujic gets it over to Banovsky. Hennig pull up, rise, and hits.
Great shot there by Hennig, just elevating over the defender.
Forbes works on Banovsky. Forbes, fall away, no good, tapped out by Westerfield. Long three on the way. Northrop can't find the range. Forrest in the backcourt, pestered by Woodard. Forrest to Banovsky, back to Forrest. Pulls up for three and hits it. Blake Forrest gets his first bucket of the game, and at the end of one, it is Mount Si 24, Richland 4. We will step away and be back with the second quarter after this.
Alderson's Awards West Printwares is your one stop to tell the world about your school, club, or business. Spread the word on jackets, shirts, hats, and more from Awards West Printwares in Centralia. Awards West Printwares offers fast service of quality products including screen printing and embroidery done on site. They offer a wide variety of advertising specialties at great prices and delivered right to your door. For a full catalog, go online to aldersons.net. For maximum impact, Aldersons Awards West Printwares is ready to serve you today.
The opioid crisis is real, and many families are dealing with this insidious problem. It can attack anyone, from illegal street drugs to legal prescriptions. American Behavioral Health Systems is here to help and has responded to this issue with our Secure Withdrawal Management Center. It's specialized medication-assisted opioid treatment and detox for low-income and Medicaid-eligible clients. The time is now to free yourself from addiction. For more information, go to AmericanBehavioralHealth.net.
And welcome back to the Tacoma Dome. Tony Davila here with Max Schuster and Noah McFadden. Mount Si with the lead and the ball, 24-4. And they start the second quarter with the possession. Miles Heidi looking to back down Westerfield. Kick over Turley. Jumper no good. Westerfield with the rebound. Up quickly it goes to Streufert. No good on the shot, but rebound stays with the Bombers. And Richland cannot find the range. Westerfield missed that short jumper. They get the ball back for Mount Si to inbound. A sub looking to check in for the Bombers. Jace Vopolinski will check back in. Vopolinski will guard Blake Forrest. Gets a finger on the pass to Heidi. Heidi down low to Forrest. And he backs out to the three-point line. Gets a screen from Heidi. Drives inside, floater. Wow.
That's a great drive and finish by Blake Forrest right there.
Northrop to Westerfield, and Heidi knew it right away. He was hoping he didn't hear the whistle. He picks up his second foul. It's the fourth team foul on Mount Si. And Heidi will take a seat now. Banofsky will check in. Heidi's second. It's the fourth team foul on Mount Si. Down low to Woodard, goes right at Forrest, gets Forrest up in the air, and Lujic was there to get the block. Forrest to Turley to the corner. Banofsky pulled up short. Lujic, rebound put back. And
Mount Si's just staying unstoppable.
They are everywhere, and it's like they cannot miss right now. It's a 30-second timeout, 28-4, and everything Mount Si is putting up is either going in or bouncing right back to them. Normally this is what you got to do, but Richland is doing that. They're going inside. They're getting guys up in the air. They're getting to the free throw line. They're getting good looks. It's just nothing right now is falling for them, and everything is falling for Mount Si.
And we've seen the teams this morning, the open air background hasn't really affected them as much because they had to practice. I don't know if that's what's making Richland miss these shots or what, but I don't know.
It's a slow start, but all you can do here is chip away at a lead, get some stops, and play good defense. Down low to Westerfield. Got Turley up in the air. And Lucas gets two. Ball into the front court. Banofsky. Hands off to Hennig. To Lujic, and there's a foul reach in on Forbes. That's his first. Fourth team foul on Richland. Ball thrown into the backcourt. You're allowed to do that. Forrest will run it down. And that's stolen, taken away by Vopolinski. Hands off to Woodard, pulls up for two and comes up short on it. That'll go out off of Richland. And Lujic will look to inbound. It looked like it went off of Lujic into the bench. Forrest gets it over to Turley. Turley wants Banofsky to go the other way. Hennig gets a screen from Turley, kicks back to the corner, and stolen by Northrop.
Northrop in the right place at the right time, and the ball kind of just fell into his hands.
Woodard back to Northrop. High arcing three, no chance there. A long pass down the floor to Forrest. And Blake gets fouled hard, misses the shot, and he'll go to the line shooting 2. That's Northrop's first foul. And Northrop tried as hard as he could to avoid the contact. Forrest was trying to go into him as he was going up. Ended up falling harder than he expected because he was trying to get that contact. Up and good for Blake Forrest. Jack Taylor checks in for Mount Si. Valencia Alvarado back in for Richland. Forrest hits them both. It's 30-6. Mount Si on top of Richland. Valencia Alvarado to Northrop. In the lane, turnaround, off the glass, no good. Valencia Alvarado came flying in. Banoski will bring it up the floor now. Goes to Alujic. There's an opening for Alujic, goes right at Westerfield, lost it. And that'll go out off of Richland. Hennig and Heidi back in for the Wildcats. Alujic inbounds to Forrest, catch and shoot 3 and good. Blake Forrest has 10 points. 5 minutes to go in the first half. It's 33-6. Down low to Westerfield. Turns on Heidi. Short Heidi with the rebound. Valencia Alvarado tried to slap it away from him. Now Alujic into the front court. Over to Forrest. Blake gets a screen from Heidi. Kick to the corner. Back to Forrest. Head fakes, bounce pass down low. Alujic off the glass is good.
Alujic just powered right through that contact by Westerfield.
And Alujic has 13 points. Getting up for that rebound was Jack Taylor for Mount Si. Forrest is fouled by Woodard, and he'll go back to the line shooting 2.
Foul was actually on Jordan Valencia.
That's his third.
Couldn't tell you the last time I've seen a team go almost halfway through the second quarter without double digits.
Mount Si is a different kind of beast. As checking back in is Streufert for Richland, and Jace Woodard checks in for Josh Woodard.
Little brother swap right there.
Up and good for Forrest. And that's a 31-point lead for Mount Si. Forrest tapped the ball out of play. Richland will inbound. They'll throw it into the backcourt to Streufert. Popolinski. Westerfield trying to go right at Heidi. Rebound brought in. 3 on the way. Northrop no good. Hennig gets the rebound. Up the floor quickly to the corner to Forrest. Out to Heidi for 3. No good. Forrest with the rebound. Taps it over to Hennig. Wanted to go up and under. Couldn't get it. Westerfield with the rebound. Launches it up the floor. Gets it up to Vopolinski. Makes his man miss. And Jace gets on the board. Now Mount Si, for them, slows things down. Back to Forrest. It's a double screen and a switch off to Streufert. 3 on the way, short, no good. Heidi with the rebound, put back, no good. Gets his own board, misses his shot. And that'll go over to Jace Woodard. It'll stay with the Bombers. Alujic checks back in. comes into Streufert. Vopolinski down low, Westerfield. That ball is almost knocked away, and Jace Woodard hits the floor.
Ball was rocketed by Westerfield, finding Woodard cutting. It's almost too hard to catch.
And Coach Streufert is telling Westerfield, go at Heidi. He's got 2 fouls. You got to be tough against the big man. They throw a lob back to him, gets the rebound, and he gets fouled underneath. Westerfield picks up the foul. Heidi will go to the line shooting 2. First on Westerfield. Up and no good. Heidi, one more shot coming. Hits the back end. He's got 7 points. Up the floor goes Streufert. And Northrop. Back to Streufert. Around the horn, and Jace Woodard can't get the shot to fall. Inside. No bucket for Vopolinski. Back it goes, and Northrop will hit. It's 38-10. Forrest into the front court. Heidi around the world. Dualujic to Hennig. Pulls up for 2 and good in fluid motion.
Hennig with a hand in his face, and just nothing was stopping that shot from going in.
Quickly up the floor is Streufert. To Westerfield, goes right at Heidi. Forrest put a hand in there, got him to pass it off. Vopolinski pulls up for 3, no good. Forrest with the rebound. Smartly throws it off the leg of Westerfield to keep his dribble alive. Goes right at Westerfield, almost lost it. Pulls up for 3, no good. Hennig tosses it away. Vopolinski on the run, kick back over the front of the rim, and good for Streufert. Brock gets the bucket. Just over a minute to go in this first half. It's 40-12. Mount Si on top of Richland. Thrown away by Forrest, and back-to-back buckets for Vopolinski. Jace. Now come into Heidi. Hennig down low. Shot up, no good. That was Turley that missed. Richland catch and shoot in stride was Northrop. Jace Woodard did a great job of keeping it in, but Heidi steals it away. Heidi to Alujic as they just tip the ball to each other, trying to find out who was going to score.
Playing a little bit of hot potato down there. And that time, Streufert just threw it too far past Westerfield's hands. It's out of bounds.
Josh Woodard back in. Jace will take a seat. They trade Woodard for Woodard. 17 seconds to go in the first half. It has been all Mount Si. Here is Blake Forrest. Goes to Heidi, 8 seconds. Hand off to Forrest. Fakes the pull up, gets it right back. 4, sidestep, catch and shoot off the mark, no good. Hennig wanted the foul call, didn't get it, and that will end the first half. Mount Si 42, Richland 14. We will step away and be back with the WOA halftime show coming up next on the Eli Sports and NFHS networks.
This welding program is centered around getting your state structural certifications. They come in, take the welding core classes.
Diner. Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner.
Welcome to the Washington Officials Association Halftime Show on the Eli and NFHS networks. There is a severe shortage of officials in all high school and middle school sports, and the WOA needs you. If you are interested in becoming an official, contact your local athletic director or go to washingtonofficials.com. Fill out a short questionnaire, and a representative from the WOA will contact you. Now let's go to the WOA Halftime Show.
And welcome to the Washington State Officials Association Halftime Show. Be part of the solution and become a high school and middle school official. All sports are in need and looking for new and energetic people to join the third team. Contact the WOA at washingtonofficials.com. Fill out the quick contact form and a WOA representative will contact you. Tony Dively here along with Max Schuster and Noah McFadden. At the half, it is Mount Si 42, Richland 14. And the Bombers were able to kind of slow down Mount Si in that second quarter, holding them to just 18 points.
Yeah, you kind of saw at the end of that second quarter, they got a little bit of offense. They scored 10 that quarter, but really they scored 10 in the last 4 minutes of that quarter. So showing some signs of hope late in that quarter for the Bombers, but still 42-14. That's going to be a tough comeback if there is any comeback.
The best thing that the Bombers did is they stopped trying to get it all back from behind the arc. They started launching some threes, but once that stopped working at the end of the quarter, they just started driving down the middle, and either it was going to be a foul or a layup, one or the other, and they just started going at them. And that's what you got to do when you're down this far. Lower your head, drive inside, put it off the glass. What's the worst that can happen?
Exactly, and we saw Coach Streufert kind of yelling at Luke Westerfield, hey, go at him, go at Heidi. I'm pretty sure I heard him say, we're already getting tatered. So there's really nothing to lose if you're on the Bombers.
Well, and it's one of those that when you're in this game, if you're Richland, everybody kind of expects Richland to lose this. Mount Si has played in the championship game back-to-back years, trying to go for a third time with a lot of the same pieces that were here last year. They lost 2 players that were significant minutes guys, but everybody expects Mount Si to play in a championship. That's just what it is right now, is Mount Si plays for a title. And if you're Richland, you got to know that. Come in, play loose. We're the underdogs. We have nothing to lose. Everybody expects us to lose, so come out, play strong, play loose, get with each other, and start passing the ball around, start getting it where you need to go. Have fun with it.
Yeah, and last week against Curtis, it was, the Bombers were down by, I believe, 24 or 26 at one time, and ended losing by 9. But the Bombers have it in them. They score quick when they do score. And so, the Bombers, they're probably out of it, but, you never know what happens here in the Tacoma Dome, the state tournament.
Yeah, it's not over. Just make it interesting. Get back into it, grind away, and start to put up shots. We'll go over these halftime numbers here. Leading scorer for Richland is Landon Northrup with 5 points. He's got 1 rebound as well. Jace Vopolinski with 4 points, 2 rebounds. Jordan Valencia Alvarado with 1 point. He's got 3 rebounds, but he's also got 3 fouls. He's going to have to be careful. And then Lucas Westerfield, 2 points, 3 rebounds. He's got a foul as well. The big thing is the assist difference. 2 assists for Richland in this game. 13 already for Mount Si, and they're throwing lobs to each other left and right. Total field goals, 21% from the floor for Richland, 0 for 10 from behind the arc, and 2 of 6 from the free throw line. The 2 of 6 can be fixed. The 0 for 10, that's something as well. They'll have the curtain behind them next time in the second half, looking to make a difference there for the Bombers. for the Mount Si Wildcats. Their leading scorer is Bennett Olujic, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists for Olujic. Blake Forrest, 12 points, 3 rebounds. He's also got 4 assists. Trevor Hennig has 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Cyrus Turley with 4 points, 1 rebound. And then Miles Heide, 5 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 turnover. Only 5 turnovers in the first half for Mount Si. Only 6 for Richland, so that's a good sign for them. They're keeping the ball up, but the difference is it's a one and done down the floor for Richland. They've gotten 1 or 2. They've got them for, 8 offensive rebounds? Really, I didn't think they had that many.
Yeah,
but
and I know, when you were saying Miles Heide, he has 8 rebounds. We were talking about that matchup before the game. Westerfield and Heide down low. Westerfield losing that by 5. He only has 3 rebounds. And for the Bombers, they're going to need Westerfield big time in this second half on the rebounding, but also just in every aspect of the game, going at him, kind of running. We saw him run their offense really through Westerfield against Union yesterday, and they'll kind of need something similar today if they want a shot against Heide down low.
yeah, one of the things I want to see them go through Westerfield to start out the second half. Go to him, see if he can't get a third foul or back down on Heide, and go at him. Go up strong, throw a lob to him, have him dunk it, do something to get him more involved in this game. All right, that will do it for the WOA halftime show. When we come back, it'll be second half action between Mount Si and Richland coming up next.
That wraps up the Washington Officials Association halftime show. Please do your part and cheer for your team and encourage good sportsmanship. We need officials to keep our kids playing. We're back with second half action next on the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks.
Good Health Nutrition Center in Centralia is your home base for nutrition. When you visit Good Health Nutrition Center, you'll find the largest selection of vitamins, supplements, and natural remedies. You may be surprised to also find a huge selection of healthy groceries such as gluten-free products, environmentally friendly products, organic fruits and vegetables, and items for specific diets like the diabetic diet. Good Health Nutrition Center, powering students and athletes from the inside out. Good Health Nutrition Center on Harrison in Centralia.
And welcome back to the Tacoma Dome. Tony Davila here along with Max Schuster and Noah McFadden as we get set for second half action with Richland and Mount Si. Richland has the opening possession of the second half. It's their normal starters on the floor. Landon Northrup, Jack Forbes, Josh Woodard, Jace Vopoleski, and Lucas Westerfield. Up top to Woodard. They'll find Forbes to Westerfield. Vopoleski to the corner to Forbes. Pulls up and is blocked by Hennig. Goes right back to him. Westerfield goes at Heide and gets the bucket. That's what I wanted to see.
Yeah, we talked about it, and they did that right to start the second half. First 2 points on the board.
Forrest gets it across midcourt to Miles Heide. He'll go back to Blake Forrest. Blake Forrest, Trevor Hennig, Bennett Olujic, Cyrus Turley, and Miles Heide. The 5 on the floor for Mount Si. Hennig has it now. Over to Forrest, gets a screen from Heide. Trying to go to Olujic, almost stolen by Forbes. And back to Turley. Turley misses the shot. Tapped out of there by Westerfield. Forbes up the floor. Gathers, gets it out to Woodard. Josh Woodard out to Northrup. Got the ball knocked away. Fall away jumper, no good. Rebound brought in by Hennig. Trevor looking up the floor into the front court. Gets it to Forrest. To Turley. Left all alone, and Heidi's telling Turley to shoot. He had his 2 people covered. Heide up top. Hennig left wide open. He'll take the 3, in and out, no good. Ball tapped to Turley and blocked by Westerfield. He's already more involved here in the second half. Pull up for 3, no good. Rebound goes to Turley.
Bombers are going to need to have Wester or Vopolinski quick release. If he can start getting some threes to go, that'll be big for the Bombers.
I like the idea, though, the turnaround jumper, and Turley rattles one home. First points for Mount Si here in the second half. Ball down low to Westerfield, goes right at Heidi, up and good. Forrest to Olujic. Into the front court to Heidi. Heidi bounce pass inside to Turley, but too low when it's a turnover to Richland. Turley will take a seat, and Jake Banofsky will check in for the Wildcats. Josh Woodard calls the play as he moves up the floor. Hands it over to Landon Northrup. Down low, and a couple of players jumped that for Mount Si. Telegraphed it, and Hennig up and good. Trevor Hennig hits the two. Ball over to Woodard. Cross court, finds Northrup. Drive, kicks it to Heidi. Inside, nice find, turnaround, fall away, short. That's something that Forbes got to go strong up there. Forrest to Banofsky, no good. Rebound brought in by Richland. Northrup, head fakes. Westerfield gets blocked by Heidi, kept alive. Olujic throws it off of Northrup.
Westerfield went with confidence, and Heidi just said, no, not today. You're not coming into my paint.
That's one that Westerfield, don't go for the finger roll, go for the dunk. You're 6'10", put it up and in. Go up strong. Olujic, handoff to Forrest, 46-18. Kick over Heidi, head fakes, cross-court pass, knocked away, stolen. And Streufert throws it away, was trying to find Woodard heading to the corner.
The Bombers are going to want to make it in any comeback. They're going to need to capitalize on all opportunities that they had right there. They couldn't on that one.
And this game, they've had so many opportunities as Heidi goes up and under, uses the rim as an extra protector. But Richland, they've had open looks. They've had some good shots. Early on, they just weren't falling for them. And by the time they looked up, it was an out-of-control lead for Mount Si. Vopolinski now with it. Westerfield sets a screen. Vopolinski off the mark. Banofsky with the rebound. Forrest across to Banofsky. Banofsky back to Hennig. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Banofsky. That ball gets poked away, and that'll stay with the Wildcats. And Streufert was able to poke it away from him right in front of the Mount Si bench. Ball down low to Heidi. Hennig, kick to the corner, and there's an offensive foul on Hennig. His first of the game. First team foul here in the second half. And Streufert into the front court. Down low. Westerfield goes right at Heidi. No good. Follow-up is good. First points of the game for Josh Woodard. See if that doesn't get Woodard going offensively. Banofsky trapped. Gets it over to Forrest. To Olujic. Olujic blocked by Westerfield. And that'll go out off of Heidi. And Westerfield making his presence felt in the paint.
Yeah, Woodard got his first 2 points, and I said at the start of the game, Woodard really going to need to be firing on all cylinders, and so far he's not. really trapping the ball as the second it crosses half court, and right there we saw it happen right when it got inbounded.
I think they called Josh Woodard for that foul. Valencia Alvarado watching Blake Forrest. Banovsky dribbling out of traffic, wraparound pass to Olujic, down low to Heidi. Wrap around, no good, tapped out, but it goes right to Josh Woodard. Into the front court. Backing up. Woodard wanted the pick and roll, did Westerfield. Stroifert gets the ball over, following his shot. Ball goes to Westerfield, and he is fouled. He'll go to the line shooting 2. I think that's going to be on Blake Forrest.
Westerfield found some confidence here in this third quarter. Was a little timid in that first half and is now just kind of taking it for his own.
Must have been a good pep talk at halftime that you're just the same. You're the same size. Play like it. Don't be scared of Miles Heidi. Yeah, he gets a lot of recognition, but go at him. You're the same size. Be big.
And, Tony, we've seen Miles Heidi a couple times now, and his biggest flaw has always been getting into foul trouble early. And if Westerfield can attack Heidi, he's going to end up fouling and get in that foul trouble.
This press is really helping slow down the Wildcats. It's a Lujic. Nice spin in the lane. Bennett playing well for the Wildcats.
Lujic just using his size and athleticism.
Short by Woodard. And he's just got the 2 points in the game, and Westerfield going to get called for that foul. That's his second. That will send Hennig to the line, shooting 2. Third team foul. As Jace Woodard checks back in for the Bombers. Also checking in is Jack Forbes. Westerfield will go out. Heidi will go out as well. So the 2 bigs go out, and a short miss by Hennig. Valencia Alvarado pulls up for 3, trying to follow his shot. Woodard tried to save it in. Forrest came up with it, got cut off by his own man. Olujic in the lane, missed that shot, gets his own rebound, goes up, and good.
Olujic is just dominating inside.
He's got 17 points, does Olujic. Long ball up to Hennig. Off the glass.
Mount Side kind of finding their rhythm again here.
And at the buzzer, Valencia Alvarado couldn't hit the shot, and at the end of 3, it is Richland 25, Mount Si 58. We'll step away and be back with the fourth quarter after this on the Eli Sports and NFHS networks.
Pacific Mobile Structures are big supporters of kids and athletics. If you are in need of temporary office space on a work site or for overflow space, or if your building is in need of major renovation, Pacific Mobile Structures can keep your company at work. Pacific Mobile Structures offers everything from traditional modular classroom space to complete multi-purpose college campus buildings, including Sage Classrooms, which combine the latest in healthy learning environments with the best in green building practices. Pacific Mobile Structures can also offer you permanent space for a fraction of the cost to build your own. Go online to check out Pacific Mobile Structures.
Athletes, the time is now to get serious about improving yourself to reach your goals. We all know that college recruiters and professional scouts put a lot of importance on those tangible measurements, such as a 40 time, your vertical leap, cone drills, and so on. Proactive Physical Therapy in Tumwater has a special, unique training program that will improve your results across the board. If you are serious about raising your performance to the next level, you need to talk with the pros today at Proactive Physical Therapy. Check them out online or call for an appointment today.
And welcome back to the Tacoma Dome. Tony Dively here with Max Schuster and Noah McFadden. Mount Si 58, Richland 25. Fourth quarter about to start, and it will be the Wildcats' ball. Bennett Olujic in to Banofsky. Banofsky lost his footing, but able to get back up. Goes back to Alujic. Trying to go down low and picked off by Valencia Alvarado, and then Forrest picks the pocket of Jack Forbes. Forrest, no-look pass, goes to Banofsky, no good. Valencia Alvarado with the rebound. As a track meet's broken out here at the Dome, and that gets poked away from behind by Forrest. Valencia Alvarado trying to save it in.
Blake Forrest is just everywhere right now.
He is one of those guys that quick, gets his hand in there, and knows great angles. Checking back into the game, Landon Northrup for Richland. Miles Heide back in for Mount Si. Hennig goes towards the corner. Works on Jace Woodard. Heide to Forrest. Pull up for two, no good. There's a push in the back against Heide. And that's going to go against Josh Woodard. It's his second. Here comes Westerfield back in. Heide taps the ball over to Alujic. An offensive foul on Alujic. That's his first foul. As they kick the floor dry. Now they'll grab the towel from the behind the basket. Stroyford saying, I can't inbound the ball to myself. Someone's got to come and help me out here. Gets into the front court. Gets it over to Josh Woodard. Down low to Westerfield. Good find. Pull up and good for Forbes.
And Tony, I think what you said at halftime about playing through Westerfield has really opened up all of this offense for the Bombers.
Miles Heide gets another bucket. That's what happens when you have a big guy. Use him to get the inside lanes open, and that opens up the outside shooting as Forrest again with the steal. You're not going to catch him from behind.
He's got to be up to 5 or 6 steals so far in this game.
He's got a lot. And he always, even if he pokes the ball away, he always seems to come away with it, and there's a block by Alujic.
Yeah, Blake Forrest has been fun to watch in today's game, just everywhere at once, and Bombers just can't get him to hide.
Woodard no good. Between Forrest and Alujic, those two. Yeah, Heide is good, and he gets called for the foul there, but Alujic and Forrest are a different kind of beast because they beat you in a different way. And that was on Trevor Hennig, not on Heide. That's his second.
And I'm really a believer in the fact that Alujic is the X factor to this Mount Si basketball team because Forrest gets a lot of the hype. Heide gets a lot of the hype. But what about Alujic? He's 6'6". He's solid. In the first half, he ended with the most points on the team. So the way that Alujic has played in this game has just really propelled Mount Si.
Woodard to the corner. Richland passing the ball around to the corner. Down low, trying to find Westerfield, and stolen by Alujic. Throws it up to Heide. Heide catch, release, no good. Rebound brought in by the Bombers. Vopolinski. Down low to Westerfield. Up and good, and he'll go to the line for an and one.
Westerfield only player in double digits today for the Bombers.
He had 2 points at halftime. He's sitting at 11 now.
I'm just curious of how this game would be like right now if Richland would have started the game like this. They have played really well this second half.
Energized misses the extra point, but it seems like it took Richland a little bit to wake up in this one. That 24-4 first quarter really put them in a deep hole. Other than that, they played very good the last 2.5 quarters against Mount Si. Forbes drives on a Lujic off the glass and good for Jack Forbes.
Forbes is kind of like that X factor for the Bombers. We haven't obviously seen him today much, but in those big games, it's usually Forbes that'll win or lose the game for the Bombers.
And another nice find underneath by Forrest. Hits Heidi in stride. Not a lot of people stopping that one. Pull up for three off the front of the rim, no good. And that'll go out off of Richland. Jace Woodard back in. Josh will take a seat. Valencia Alvarado will also check in. Out goes Forbes. And again, these are not elimination games. These are, if you win, your chance for a championship is still alive. If you lose, you're playing for at most third place. Heidi underneath. Hits another bucket. He's got 18 points in the game. Ball goes over to Vopolinski. Fall away, good for Vopolinski. 4 minutes to go, 66-33. Mount Si leads Richland. Forrest goes to Banofsky. Valencia Alvarado pressuring him. They'll go to the corner to Forrest. Pass over to Heidi. Couldn't catch it clean, but still gets the finish. Valencia Alvarado high off the glass, no good, and that'll go out off of the Bombers. And a sub will check in. Jack Taylor back in. Banofsky will take a seat. Forrest backs up, gets it up to Alujic. Over to Heidi to the corner. Back to Forrest. Thought about a three. Keeps his dribble alive. Goes to Heidi. Gives him the dream shake. And missed Westerfield. Made him miss. That was hitting him with the dream shake. I haven't seen that in a while.
He's trying to give his best impression of Akeem there.
Checking in, Connor Schultz and Jackson Black for Richland. And now Mount Si going to do the same. They're going to start bringing in some other players. Marshall Smith and Heath Ozeda getting up to check in, along with Jake Moore and Jake Banofsky. And a 30-second timeout. This is more to get players in than anything. With a 68-33 lead with 3:11 to go. And Mount Si gonna rally the troops and get ready for that game tomorrow against Olympia.
That is gonna be a fun one here.
Yeah, that Parker Garrett's and Blake Forrest matchup will be an intense one.
Yeah, and it's not, I mean, it's set up for it, but it's not very often. But all 1 through 4 seeds made it to the semifinals, so all great matchups here in the Tacoma Dome. I'm excited to watch some good basketball tomorrow.
And how about Engholm against Heidi tomorrow? That's going to be another big-on-big matchup.
That will be. They match up very well against each other. Shot up and good for Jace Woodard. And Jace gets in the book. And thrown away by Mount Si. Josiah Sacco checks in for Richland. Vopoleski takes a seat. top. Valencia Alvarado. Fall away jumper, no good. Valencia Alvarado taps it back. Woodard for three. Jace can't find the mark. Rebound brought in by Sacco. Valencia Alvarado hits the first three of the game for Richland.
That right there is what's wild. Richland had so many threes today, and first one comes with under 3 minutes to play in the fourth quarter.
Down the floor, rebound. Sacco can't bring it in, and that will go out off of him. It'll stay with Mount Si.
And Tony, how about our own Bomber student here, our partner in crime, Max, the junior for the Bombers, man, watching his team, able to come here in the state tournament and call him. That's got to be a pretty cool experience for you.
It's awesome. I love it.
Getting the best view in the house from the sideline, press row. And the Bomber crew helping bring some cameras and helping out here at the Tacoma Dome. Always great. All out of bounds, turnover. And Jack Taylor back in. Also in is Silent Kiesel Kauhane. Close, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's ever said his last name right.
Has the ball now. Does Silent. Gets it over to Jace Woodard. Jace drives off the glass and good. And count the basket. He'll go to the line for an and one, and that call is against Ozeta.
Bombers haven't been. I've only been able to get 1 3, but Jace here trying to get 3 the old-fashioned way.
He hits that one. But for a team that had 4 points after 1 quarter to have 41 at this point in the game, that is great. No quit in Richland, and there's a moving screen called against the Wildcats.
And the thing with the Wildcats is they were ranked #1 for a majority of the year. It wasn't until recently that they dropped down to that 4 pole. So really, you're playing the #1 team for the majority of the season in the state, and doing a great job in the second half against them.
And there were a lot of teams that switched things up. Some losses late in the year. Curtis and Mount Si were up there, and then Curtis lost to Olympia. That knocked Curtis down. Mount Si took over, and then Mount Si lost.
Well, think about it this way, Tony. Richland is outscoring Mount Si in this whole entire second half. They're up right now 27-26 in this entire second half. So Richland ultimately has won the second half of this game.
If that wasn't for that first quarter, this would be a different kind of game here. Ozeta gets the ball over to Banovsky, and Banovsky back in to run the point for the Wildcats. Slow down some of the mistakes they're making late here. Thought he had a pick and was looking to move down the floor was Connor Schultz. Picks up his first. 1:05 to go in the game. 68-41. This is the last game of the 4A boys quarterfinals. Now Schultz up the floor, missed that shot. Woodard with the rebound. Jace gets the ball tapped away. Up for grabs, high off the glass, no good, but a foul, and he'll go to the line. I think that is going to be Schultz that goes to the line, and it will be. Up and no good. Second shot for Schultz, no good. Rebound brought in. Schultz for 2. Off the mark. No, that wasn't Schultz for 2. That was Black That hit the jump, that tried the jumper. And Ozada picks up a second, and that will send Schultz back to the line for 2. Up and no good. 0 for 3 from the line. Owen Tice and Tyler Roach check in now for Mount Si. Everybody available has checked in now for Mount Si. And Schultz gets the back end. 1 of 4 from the line. But you wouldn't know that judging by the cheering section. Schultz almost got a steal. He did get the steal as it ends up with Jace Woodard. Schultz, jumper, good.
Wow.
Keep on shooting, big fella.
Where has Schultz been all game? Because this energy that he's bringing off the bench is huge.
And out of bounds for Roach, trying to tightrope the sideline. You can tell Connor Schultz is that work hard guy. Not the most athletic, but he is going to try as hard as he can throughout a game. Up the floor, and there's a bucket for Owen Tice. Last second heave, and that will end the game. Your final score, Mount Si 70 and the Richland Bombers 46. We will step away and be back with the Aldersons Award West Printware's postgame show coming up next.
Ryan and Christy at Weichert Realtors Reynolds Real Estate are committed to helping people at every turn. Whether they're customers searching for or selling a home or other real estate professionals looking for a place to expand their career, integrity, drive, and genuine care for their clients' needs are always top of mind in their work. At Weichert Reynolds, their commitment is to their agents and customers. With Ryan and Christy as your realtors, you can expect an honest, customer-centric approach to buying and selling real estate. They believe that we're a team and together we'll achieve your goals. Weichert Reynolds Real Estate.
At Snap Mobile, we know you need a hand. Help with expensing that last equipment order, assistance with getting gear to the team on time, donations from parents for a successful next season, and we're here for you through all of it. For more information, visit onsnap.com or contact your Snap Mobile representative to get the support you need.
Time to wrap up this game with the Aldersons Awards West Post Game Show. Awards West and Centralia can supply you with t-shirts, hats, and hundreds, if not thousands, of promotional products, even team uniforms. Before you buy, check in with locally owned Awards West printwares at aldersons.net. Now back to our ESN crew.
It's time to wrap this broadcast up with the Aldersons Awards West postgame show. For trophies, awards, t-shirts, and so much more, go to aldersons.net for their full catalog. Tony Davila here along with Max Schuster and Noah McFadden as the Mount Si Wildcats come away with a 70-46 win over Richland. And Mount Si will move on to play Olympia in the semis tomorrow. Keep their chances for a state title alive. They will have a contest with the Bears tomorrow. And Richland has a meeting with Gonzaga Prep. Probably not the first meeting of the year between those two.
Well, this year it's actually the first meeting of the year, but not the first meeting of history. Definitely not. The Bombers and Gonzaga Prep have a deep history, especially here in the Tacoma Dome.
And yeah, these two teams are used to meeting each other, both from traveling a long way across the mountains and up to Tacoma, but that will be the meeting tomorrow, and that will be one of the early games tomorrow as well, as the consolation bracket will be held in the morning. That'll be the 10:30 game tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. It will be Skyline taking on Camas. Those are both loser-out games, so if you lose, you're out. And if you win, you guarantee yourself a trophy on Saturday. So that is what is on the line, the biggest trophy you can take home. And for the Richland Bombers, they want to take home a trophy.
Yeah, the Bombers, if you look at the stat line, after that first quarter, they were down 20 after the first quarter, and they won the second half by a couple points there. So really didn't give up. Just that first quarter deficit was just too large to overcome.
Yeah, that was just too much, down 24-14. And the Wildcats end up shooting 50%, 30 from three-point line, 77 from the free throw line. They had 19 turnovers, but 22 assists in the game for Mount Si. I know the Bombers had more than 0. They had 2 at halftime. They had a couple of more assists in there as well, but the Wildcats played very well in this one. Unselfish basketball. 4 players scored in double figures for them. There was a lot of good things going on for Mount Si. Let's go over these numbers that we have. These are unofficial for the Richland Bombers. I had Lucas Westerfield with 11 points. Landon Northrup with 5, Jace Woodard with 5, Jack Forbes with 4, Josh Woodard with 2, Jace Vopolinski with 6, Jordan Valencia Alvarado with 6, Connor Schultz with 3, Brock Streufert with 2, and that is the scoring that I had. They did not shoot great from the free throw line as well, only making 5 of their free throws. 5 of 14 from the line, not great there. For Mount Si, their leading scorer, I had Miles Heide, 20 points for him. Blake Forrest with 14, Trevor Hennig with 13, Owen Tice had 2, Bennett Olujic with 17, and Cyrus Turley with 4 points for the Wildcats there at the end of the game. And they did a good job of shooting from the free throw line. 7 of 9 from the free throw line was Mount Si in this game. All right, it is time now to name our MVPs, and that is brought to you by Thorbeck's Wellness Center in Chehalis, Centralia, and South Bend. Strong today, stronger tomorrow, strongest together at Thorbeck's. And we had a chance to talk about it in the break, and for Richland, we're going big fella. 11 points for him. He had 2 at halftime and came out strong in the second half, gave a good output, and Lucas Westerfield will be the MVP for the Richland Bombers. The other side of things, there are some players to note as the final stats do come in. If there wasn't a guy talking to the stat guy, that would be very helpful. And as we are on the air and trying to get some stats here, it's going to depend on that. Blake Forrest is up for it, 14 points for him. Bennett Olujic had 17. Miles Heide with 20. Good games all around for them.
Just shy.
Forrest just shy of the double-double. 9 assists for him, 4 rebounds. Hennig 13 points, 5 rebounds. Olujic 19 points and 9 rebounds for him. So I guess I gave Heide some different points here. And then Miles Heide, 16 points and 11 rebounds for him. Lots of people that are up for a player of the game. Who do you guys like?
I think I'm going to have to go Bennett Olujic. He had, 19 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists, almost a triple, breaking the verge of almost a triple-double. And kind of was that X factor that we were talking about, really, spread out the floor for the Wildcats.
Yeah, looking at his stat line, 19 points, 4 offensive rebounds, 5 defensive rebounds, 6 assists, 2 turnovers in the game, 2 block shots, 2 steals. Filled up the stat line big time. Went 8 of 13 from 9 of 15 from the field, 8 of 13 from 2-point land. So Bennett Olujic, he will be the MVP of this one. What a game for Bennett. And that will do it for the 4A. The morning is over, and the 4As are done for today. The boys up next are the 3As, and that will be Mount Lake Terrace and O'Day coming up. That starts at 3:45 is when that is supposed to start, so that will be coming up next. Thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you for watching and subscribing to the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks. Remember, a portion of your subscription goes back to the schools. We can't wait to see you again, right here for the best in high school sports live action. The Eli Sports Network.
Yeah, nice job, man.
Oh, I'm over on the girls'